In today's lesson, we'll be learning about angle relationships in polygons. As discussed in previous lessons, we've discovered that the exterior angles of a convex polygon add up to 360 degrees. Meanwhile, the interior angles of a polygon add up to 180 multiplied by n minus 2, where n represents the number of sides within that polygon. In our first example, we are asked a question, what is the sum of the interior angles of a decagon? If you recall, a decagon is a polygon with 10 sides. An easy way to remember this is that a decade has 10 years. This decagon also happens to be a regular polygon since all sides are equal, and that also means that all interior angles are equal. Since we're trying to find the sum of the interior angles, we can use the equation we discovered in a previous lesson. 180 multiplied by n minus 2 is equal to the sum of the interior angles. Next, I'm going to replace the variable of n with the number 10, since n represents the number of sides within a polygon. Once you've done that, you'll need to follow BEDMAS, which means we'll have to do the operations within the brackets first. So you need to do 10 subtract 2 before you multiply by 180. So 10 subtract 2 would be 8. It is at this point you are allowed to multiply. So 180 multiplied by 8 is 1,440. Therefore, the sum of the interior angles within this decagon is 1,440 degrees. In our second example, we are being asked a question, what is the measure of each interior angle for a regular nonagon? If you recall, a nonagon is a polygon with 9 sides. This nonagon is also regular, which means all 9 sides are equal and all 9 interior angles are equal as well. We're going to begin by determining the sum of its interior angles. I'm going to replace the variable of n with the number 9, since there are 9 sides within this polygon. As mentioned before, it is important to do BEDMAS, which means you'll have to do the operations within the bracket before multiplying by 180. 9 subtract 2 becomes 7. It is at this point you are allowed to multiply. So 180 multiplied by 7 is 1,260. Since this is a regular nonagon, that means each interior angle is identical to one another. Therefore, we can take 1,260 and divide it up into 9 equal parts. So 1,260 divided by 9 will give you 140 degrees. Therefore, each interior angle within this regular nonagon is 140 degrees. In our third example, we are asked, how many sides does a polygon have if the sum of its interior angles is 1,800? Again, we are going to begin with our equation. In this situation, we are actually given the sum of the interior angles first. Therefore, I'm going to replace sum with the number 1,800. There are different ways to proceed, but I'm going to apply the distributive property here, which means everything within the brackets gets multiplied by 180. Take a close look at this equation. You can see that these are like terms. I'm going to be collecting like terms. So I'm going to move this negative 360 to the other side of the equation. When I do so, it is no longer negative, it becomes positive. I'm going to simplify the right side of the equation. So 1800 plus 360 gives you 2160. We can now solve the equation by dividing both sides by 180. These 180s are going to cancel out. And 2160 divided by 180 gives you the number 12. Therefore, this polygon is a 12-sided polygon.